Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to do another Rate My Base episode here. King J-Dub, going to go attack jrgenjo. I believe that's how you say it. Probably not, but yeah, that's what I'm getting. Take a look at his base real quick. We don't use any scrolls. This is going to be a pretty balanced fight. We should probably... The game is saying we're going to lose, most likely, but I think we'll probably be able to pull through. Because whenever the trophies start getting higher, it's saying that it's going to be a tougher fight, that you typically shouldn't be able to beat it. If you find someone that has around 10 trophies or so, or less, that means you should be able to beat it. If you find someone that's getting up higher into like the 30s and 40s, it's definitely saying it's way too strong. So this one is a little bit higher than average. So it's saying it should be a toughish fight. I think I'd be able to get through it, but we'll take a look at the base design, because the base design does look pretty good here. It's like a little intestine type design, and what is good about it is this little curve right here has several towers that are going to attack, and then also has a very protected tower right up here because of this road cutoff, how the road's set up. So this tower is very protected, which should be a firebolt tower. And then as you're bringing your troops up, your troops are going to get attacked from the side right here. So his troops are going to sit here and attack your troops as they're trying to destroy these barricades and move forward. And then also his troops right here, as they spawn out, are going to attack this section up here. So looking at that, this is a very, very effective base if he has a lot of ranged troops, which he does. So he's going to be doing some serious amount of damage with his ranged troops, and it's a good setup. He doesn't have that many paladins in his wave setup. He's got a lot more ranged troops. So even though most of these can die to the sword rain, I won't be able to cover all the ground, and the sword rain does have a longish cooldown of about 15 seconds. So we'll take a look here. So 15 seconds, good range, but it doesn't cover every ground. So if I'm up here, I'll only be able to kill these guys, and so these troops will still be there. So the goal is, as the attacker, you're supposed to come up, clear off this one, clear off this barricade, and clear off this barricade, and then get all the way around. And oops, this mouse is hard to get used to. So I have to clear off those 3 barricades, and then get down here and take out these troops by physically attacking, and then use your sword rain to come up here and kill these troops, and allow like your pyromancers or cannons to come up here. And so this should be a firebolt cannon, so that would require us to get cannons fairly deep into his base. We can't do that in the very beginning. We're going to have to focus more on killing the wave troops. So in the beginning, I'm going to try and bring out a couple pyromancers to kind of test the area out and see what defenses he has, and then a few knights, because we're going to have to take care of some of his troops. His first wave troop will probably meet us right around here. So it's a very good placement of all this stuff. So looking at it, I'm guessing why we're getting so many trophies is because a lot of good things in the base design, and a lot of players probably lose to this base. So I'm thinking we probably do have a good chance at losing, actually. The base setup looks really good, and that's just this little initial setup right here. And then this long curve path forces us to fight all these towers and not be able to protect our troops that are going to get attacked by this barrage of troops up here. So I don't think we're actually going to get through the base here. So it's going to be a good challenge. We'll use the Blade Storm because they'll be able to take care of the barricades, and then also do a little bit of damage to the troops. We definitely have to use the Sword Rain, and then a Firestorm is almost critical with the Firebolts being predominant here. So they're going to be more around. So we need those kind of spells. Then probably this setup here with cannons, knights, and pyromancers to help out. We'll take a real quick look at the king. He has a little bit of fire shield on him with his pauldrons, but not much, and then a little bit of speed boost. We can change it to poison, but I don't think he has mortars in his troop selection. Let me look. So it doesn't show mortar yet, so he probably doesn't have that unlocked, which is good. So we'll keep the speed boots on. We'll go in like that, and we're going to start off with using a few knights and a few pyromancers. So knights first to help tank, and then a few pyromancers right behind, because we're going to be fighting troops right up here. So unfortunately, he has a gargoyle tower right there, which is pretty bad for me, because now it's going to require me to bring out more cannons. And then he has a firebolt tower on that corner over there, which is a really, really good placement that I didn't even notice in the minimap. So I definitely don't think we're going to get through this. We're going to try and do our best to get as far as possible in this fight. I'm not a fan of the water tower right there. We're going to come up here. We'll sword rain and kill those. We're going to bring out a lot of cannons now since we've gotten over here. The cannon was able to take out that firebolt tower on the corner there. So we're going to come back and regenerate some now. And then we're going to bring out a lot more. See, the cannons are sitting and attacking the barrier first. I'm going to bring out a lot more knights. See, I tried to get over there so I can kill those guys with my sword rain before they did that. And if I would have timed it just right, I would have been able to kill them and save my cannons. Which that pretty much ensures that I'm not going to be able to get through this base now, because I just lost 3 or 4 cannons. I actually do need to go down here and attack the gargoyle tower so all my knights can get through here. We're just bringing out a whole bunch more of knights, and we're hoping that they can get past that little choke point. It looks like it's doing a decent job now, but we're probably going to die right around here. Thankfully, he doesn't have any arrow tower in this corner. It's only a bomb tower. So if he had an arrow tower, I would have died right there, but he has a bomb and a gargoyle tower. So I'm not going to die, but I'm not going to be able to do much because I have to sit back and kind of regenerate some. Need to get over here and kill off these troops, and you can see that was right there. That was causing a lot of havoc on my knights and my reinforcements. So I'm not going to be able to do much, but I'm going to get up here and touch the gate so I can get as much percentage as I can and get some more loot. You see all my hits on the gate are giving us a decent amount of loot. And so our loot is going up and our percentage of his base destroyed is going up just slightly. So a very, very good base design there. The one thing that stood out is if he had an arrow tower in this corner instead of a bomb tower, if this one right here was an arrow instead of a bomb, or this one was an arrow instead of a bomb, we wouldn't have been able to survive because these guys would have actually done damage to my hero, or I would have had to run back a lot more. But I tried to get up here as close as possible so I could sword rain and kill these guys. So one arrow tower here or another firebolt tower right here would be even better actually, but the firebolt tower is way more expensive. Those little tweaks right there, that would have killed me for sure if he had a DPS tower rather than a splash damage tower. And the gargoyle tower in this situation isn't going to be effective because all of your reinforcement troops are dying over here, dying over here. They're not getting up here. And if they're getting up here already as a big group, they're somehow getting past these areas without dying, then the person's going to defeat your base no matter what. You need to use the big splash damage things like the gargoyle tower, the poison towers earlier on when there is a clump of units. So like the water tower here is a decent one because it allows you to slow me down. And then the gargoyle tower right there was a very, very good placement of the gargoyle tower. This one over here, I didn't even notice it, but this was an extremely good placement of the firebolt tower. The only downside was that I called the audible and realized like there's a gargoyle here, I need to actually bring out cannons. And those cannons were able to kill this guy off, you know, pretty effectively. I think it took down one of my cannons, and then by the time I got up here, the other one died. But yeah, a very, very effective base. And if I didn't start bringing out cannons when I did, I wouldn't have gotten as far. If I would have gotten back here just in a second or two earlier and had been able to sword rain, I would have been able to protect my cannons, and I would have gotten a little bit further if they didn't die. Because I think 3 of them died right there to 1 pyromancer. So that was a big critical, mistake or misstep. Like if I would have got there just a little bit sooner and got the sword rain off, that would have saved a lot of time and allowed me to push further into the base. But all in all, this is a really, really good design. I definitely like the setup. This one, I give it a 10 out of 10. The only thing that I said it would change is put another DPS tower over here. Take out the gargoyle tower and then put an arrow or a firebolt tower. The gargoyle tower there is not effective at all. But other than that, this is a really, really good base.